He was just a child when he saw his parents suffer under the cruelty of the powerful. Their pain became a wound in his heart, a wound that never healed. Every day he watched injustice around him. The rich crushed the poor, the strong silenced the weak, and no one dared to raise a voice. But inside the boy, a silent promise was growing. He swore that one day he would stand against this darkness. Years passed. The boy grew into a man, but the memories of his parents' suffering never left him. He worked hard, he learned, he trained, and he shaped himself into a shield for the helpless. People expected him to seek revenge, but he chose a different path. He chose justice. When he finally stood before the world, he was no longer just an ordinary man. He was a warrior of justice. He did not ask who was rich or who was poor. He did not ask about status, power, or influence. To him, truth was the only side worth standing on. When a poor family was thrown out of their home by a greedy landlord, he fought for them until they got back what was rightfully theirs. When a wealthy man tried to escape punishment for his crimes, he made sure that the law treated him the same as anyone else. People began to trust him. They saw in him the strength they had lost, the courage they had forgotten, and the hope they had been searching for. He walked into villages and cities where fear once ruled, and slowly fear began to vanish. Children looked at him as a protector. The old blessed him for bringing fairness. Even those who once doubted him started to believe that justice could truly be equal. But deep inside, he never forgot the reason he began this journey. He remembered the tears of his mother, the silence of his father, and the pain of being helpless. That memory was his strength, and that strength was shared with everyone who followed his path. He was not fighting for himself anymore. He was fighting for a world where no child would have to watch their parents suffer, where no man or woman would be denied their rights, and where justice belonged to all. And so his story lives on, not just in the battles he fought, but in the courage he gave to others. He was more than a man. He was a symbol, a reminder that true justice begins with courage. This was the journey of the warrior of justice. Do you also have a story that you would like to share with us? A story that has inspired you, challenged you, or simply touched your heart? We invite you to become part of our community by sharing your stories. Who knows? Your story might be the next one to touch the hearts of thousands. If you believe in stories that inspire hope and strength, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. As you continue to walk your life's journey, may the story of the warrior of justice serve as a guiding light. In the face of injustice, may you find the courage to stand up for what is right, just as our protagonist did. Remember, true justice begins with courage. If you resonated with this tale, we invite you to support us. Your support will help us continue to craft more inspiring and thought-provoking stories. Together, we can keep these stories alive and ensure that their messages reach even more people. As the final notes of the warrior of justice fade away, we are left with a profound sense of admiration for the characters and their unwavering pursuit of truth and equality. The story reminds us that true strength lies not in power or wealth, but in the courage to stand up for what is right. No matter how daunting the odds may seem, it's a call to action for each one of us to be the heroes of our own stories and to fight for a world that embodies justice and fairness. So as you reflect on the tale of the warrior of justice, ask yourself, what kind of hero do you want to be in your story? How will you stand up for justice in your own life? Your actions, big or small, have the power to create a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. Let this story be the catalyst that propels you to become the hero of your own narrative.